happy time zones. It is another week in the Shady Pines crew. We have Kat with us today.
Hi.
Uh,
If you
Char-
hear random noises from my living room, they're probably celebrating because they graduated today. Like they finally got to walk. So a group from over the last couple years. So
so happy celebration times in the next room. Um, Charlie is at an event, and the time that they will be done with the event is unknown. So whether or not Charlie shows up for today's stream is unknown. So it might be just me and Kat. Who knows? Hello, Sage. Hello, Spence, and hello, CB. Um, it has been an interesting week. In For me, it's been a better interesting than the 2 weeks before. So, yay!
might have been a not good week.
Hmm?
Um, Mine has been a not good, interesting week.
Unfortunately,
But guys, I felt like this is the first time since the last day that I've changed my clothes. And I took a shower. So I
we have made progress. Yeah, I've been walking, getting actual like big walks in most days. And today I walked 4 miles, and my legs are angry. My legs are very, very angry, but I walked 4 miles.
the burping is happening.
Sage said they would join us if they could. We understand. CB says Jersey Boys was amazing. Doctor Strange was decent. It wasn't anything like what I expected.
Um,
I've I've been seeing that come up, that it's really different than what people thought it was going to be.
I have not seen it yet. I'm probably gonna end up waiting until it is available on Disney Plus. Um, but based on like the clips and stuff that I have seen, and some of like the comments and stuff I've seen about it, I can understand that. But so many people thought it would be a cameo fest. And it still kind of was, but y'all also have to remember, even though it is a multi-million dollar company, like billion dollar probably company, they still have to make money off of this movie. Like every time an actor's face is shown, their voice is heard, their appearance is seen, like they get paid an upfront thing and probably royalties. So, they want to make money. Just saying.
Which is I want to make money.
Right?
No, they don't, says Mr. Spence. CB says I didn't want to unleash spoilers. Actually, I don't think you did. Because I don't think spoilers have been. I haven't seen it, so I don't. There's nothing for me to spoil.
And then what I've seen is literally like clips and stuff that were released, I'm pretty sure by Marvel. Um, so not that much, and I'm just like, and I kind of just like things that I've read, like just glanced at, and I'm like, yo, this just me having you in a movie.
um, the other thing that has happened is for me this week is I had a story, not just like plot bunny hop by my head, but jump in, set up camp, and start erecting a city. And so I have been working on that, and I have finished chapter 1 and 2 pages of, uh, character notes. And, one person has read the chapter 1 and has given positive feedback, so that is good. But it was one of those things where it's just like, I wrote this, and I'm loving it, and I want to share it, and I really don't care that it's just 1 chapter. I just want to I want to put it on a platter and say, "Here, everyone, just take it. Just take it." I don't I don't care if this is like a book or anything, which it's not good for the bottom line, but I'm at the point where do I care? I really wish I just had money to this financial security to sit back, create shit, and just put it out there. Like, no, nobody has to pay me for it. Just everyone can have it.
Fair.
CB and Mr. Spence are talking
The Marvel
Marvel
movie.
movies.
I don't feel like having opinions on them. Because I'm one of those people that I'm very good at compartmentalizing works.
Hmm.
So that's how I'm able to like I'm a fan of the Vampire Diaries books and I'm a fan of the show and its extended universe. But I do not view them as the same thing. They are two completely different entities and I view them that way. I also kind of like the spin-offs of some shows. I'm like, you have become your own separate entity. Sure, it's nice when those characters can return to the original show they were on, or some of those original show characters will appear on like a spin-off or something. I'm like, that's nice, but in my brain it's still like a little compact, different little place.
Hmm.
My brain might not even register that the stuff that a character does on the show is the same character on the show because I've become so good at compartmentalizing that because some shows truly do not cross their canon, even though they're spin-offs of each other.
Right.
So I'm pretty good about doing that with movies. And
I know one book and television series that is really good for that is True Blood. Um Only the first season of the show and the first book are parallel. After that, they are completely separate entities. Like
I've heard this.
one goes left, one goes right. And the author of the books has stated that she actually really loves the show because it is her characters going on adventures that she didn't write, and she likes to see that. She's like, "Oh, I get to watch them do different things."
I get to see how somebody else
Mhm.
will play with my characters.
Exactly.
I think it would be so. I'm gonna be honest, because doesn't every writer kind of envision their book like as a movie or show a little bit sometimes, or even a cartoon, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I I think it'd be like I can imagine like Shadow would work great as a TV show because it's basically a crime drama with
Mhm.
witches and other supernatural creatures. So it would basically be like combining. Um, have you ever seen Lost Girl?
No.
Oh, you should. Just saying, you should. Cool show. The main character is a succubus
I have heard.
with a
I
spunky human sidekick who I wish was the main character. I was like, I would just watch a show based on her exploits in this world. Like, let's go. Let's just follow her for a day. Um, but so that is like they are a supernatural society. They're called the Fae, set within our world without humans knowing.
hmm
And they have integrated like some of them are like police officers and beyond. I don't remember all of it because it's been a really long time since I saw what I saw and I haven't seen all of it. Um, so it'd be like kind of combining that with something like Criminal Minds, NCIS, or just like a cop show.
hmm
It'd be like smashing those two things together where like the main character is like they go to work for a supernatural police force and then like they actually encounter other supernaturals who are kind of like police officers or lawyers. Like my main character's dad is a lawyer who specifically takes supernatural clients um and does their best to stop the reveal of the supernatural to humans. So they also kind of do cover-ups and stuff, but they also do like supernatural policing of like the supernatural balance of the world. So
That is what happens in my series as well.
oh, we've talked about this. Um, they could. We've also talked about how they could kind of accidentally cross paths
hmm
because of shadow travel
Right.
in my world. But like, I feel like that I would love to watch a TV show like that.
hmm
Where like and like, there's also the added like Lavinia has to, my main character, has to come into like like I can use magic again. This is okay
hmm
because it's it's not like a so like I feel like an audience would get to discover the magical world through her, even though she was raised in the magical world because she offset herself from magic for years. Does that make sense?
hmm Although, because I know this storyline, I don't know if you explained it well enough for people who don't know it.
Um,
Hello. Problem.
Oh, I've been in a marketing, branding, and monetization talk since 9 a.m. this morning.
that's a very long time.
But was it good?
I have the next 6 months to a year figured out and a complete business plan, a whole new branding rework for everything that I'm going to be doing going forward. I've already started creating assets for it and everything. Yes, it was very, very good, but I am toasty.
Wait, the Sage meeting started at 9 a.m. your time?
Yes.
Glad I didn't go now.
Yeah, it started at 9 a.m. and it just literally finished.
Graduation started and I was watching the live stream because I wanted to support. Glad I missed it. But it's a long time.
I had the StreamYard window sitting here waiting for me to hit enter and literally closed the Zoom call and hit enter. Like, right, yeah, all day, all day.
But I gave you the gay judgment anyway.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
I saw that I saw that meme today and I was just like, I love that. That's perfect. That is like the best well no, it's not the best Tara and Darcy moment. because the best Tara and Darcy moment is the dance.
Yes,
Oh my god, the dance.
the dance. So if anybody wants a review of my day, I was kind of half live tweeting everything in a thread over on my Twitter account. So it's not
Well,
everything.
Janet put a screenshot, by the way, in the Sage Hall because she's like, "This is how my screen is frozen right now."
Oh yeah, I felt so sorry for her because we didn't the call never got closed, so it ran for 6 hours, and by the end, even the people that were on screen, she was like, "You're going to have to use the raise hand feature. I can't see anyone at all anymore." Like her poor computer was just struggling. It kept attacking her microphone. But yeah, it was amazing. It was so good. They will be, for anybody who is a World of Handful Sage, um, they will be posting the replay later. So, and I highly recommend that you do it and the homework if you are really wanting to make a go at this professionally, because it's a really good breakdown, especially for figuring out what the brand is and how to set up both a plan to get it out and to market it. So,
Sounds good.
and yes, Spence, it is a very long time.
Oh, so we were talking about our days, and I had so your day was long and tucky. My day, I walked 4 miles and then played a Mage the Ascension game without having any energy because I walked 4 miles and I'm sitting here sore in the legs and in the head.
It's a choice you made.
Hmm?
That's a choice you made.
Yeah.
And I'm over here just like, that's a choice you made.
But
I showered today and changed my clothes for the first time in 4 days. Like, I'm doing great.
that's a choice you made.
I have no clue how many times I got up over the last several days to be like, I should shower. And I was like, I'm just gonna lay down again.
I know this feeling.
Hmm.
May yours not turn into an unscheduled mental health vacation like mine did.
I have been there. I have done those.
I'm totally looking at your thread. She started 5 hours ago.
And it kind of peters off because I literally was starting to make brand assets during the few breaks that we had, because I was basically making adding to the Twitter thread during breaks, and then got to a point where it's like, oh, I need to make this and this and this and this. Oh, I can do that now. We're on break. Okay. So I also didn't take the breaks that were built in because, I'm a crazy person.
Excuse me.
Are we wanting to sprint?
You sound so enthusiastic about that.
Oh, I'm trying to get my. I just got zonked. And I made cat yawn.
I don't gotta see it, I just gotta hear it.
Oh, tomorrow's Mother's Day?
Yep.
It is.
Okay. I guess I'm not like sequestering myself away and working then.
So
And
after
tell me your mama.
after spending 3.5 hours trying to figure out what mom wanted to do for Mother's Day, I handed off the task to Brian, who spent an hour and a half trying to figure out what she wanted to do, and we still don't know. So that was my day yesterday.
Show up with flowers and food and be like, here you go, I love you. Bye.
Yes, but if we don't choose the right things, there will be consequences. I'm not psychic enough for this. I've learned this in my life.
For me, my mom's pretty easy. Like, I can run to the store before she gets up and get like some ice cream and chocolates and shit and say, "Hey, happy Mother's Day," and have it just waiting for her, and she'll just be like, "Oh, thank you."
My mother's in Alaska on a cruise right now.
I
Pancake.
wish.
My mother's been planning this cruise since before the pandemic.
Can I just say I can think of a way that pancakes and sushi would really work? But you have to start with those really fluffy Japanese pancakes and go from there.
Or you can just have pancakes for breakfast and sushi for lunch.
Charlie, remember what you said before about the aces bitch slapping us into sensibility?
Yes. This is why every letter in the acronym is extremely important because the lesbians tell us where to go and they read the map. The gays make everything fabulous and full of glitter and sparkles. And the aces, they're there to make sure that we don't get lost in our own gay nonsense.
Okay, so if it's leftover sushi, then y'all can have like a light lunch, and you need to do something better for dinner, Mr. Spence. That's all I'm saying. Treat your wife.
Sorry, that reminded me of a little comic I saw, and I believe it was Seven of Nine talking to Belana Torres, and she said, I gave Tom Paris a get better soon card, and Belana was like, I didn't know he was sick, and Seven said, oh, he's not. I just want him to get better.
I ship Seven and Balana so much more than Tom and Balana. I'm just saying. And basically, that's what we got because Raffi, her current girlfriend, is basically a not Klingon version of
You are, in fact, treating your
Balana.
wife. I'm very proud of you. Dinner, steak, and lobster, apparently. Go, Mr. Spence.
Very good.
I
Very
will
good.
use you to shame my husband later.
Are you sure you want to do that, Charlie? Because if you shame him into making food, he will make an army's worth of food.
Yes, but last time I did that, he made me a Korean feast that lasted for a week. So I'm here for it.
There you go. Well, now we have your plan for the sprint. Um, so I will start it in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. That sprint has completed. I got jack and shit done.
Um, as I open my window.
Yay for open window.
Smidge. My blackout curtains only open the bed this much. To let light in, but I can't open it very much more than that.
I
Otherwise, I
actually
can't get it back in the spot.
I have a tote sitting in front of my window, and I pull my blackout curtain, the rod, off the rod holder and pull it down. I just take the whole thing off.
Mine is a tension rod, and it was hard enough for me to get it up there.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna know. I'm sure. Maybe it's not.
On the downside to open windows, someone is grilling and I am craving beef now.
Oh, I got more water.
Water is good.
Cause
Um,
I like chugged the first glass.
I opened up my story and looked at it, and I'm in this point where I know where the chapter is supposed to go, and I know where I am right now. I don't know what comes in the middle, and it's being handwritten, so I can't skip.
If my emojis will let me unmute my mic, hi.
Is, is that what was going on?
Yeah, I went and got a snack because I thought that would be a good thing to do. And my sinuses were like, don't you understand? We're not going to let you eat anything. And I've just been like sneezing and coughing like the whole time. I'm better now, I think. I grabbed a soda to try to burn all this mayhem out.
I'm um trying to make a list of things I need to do. Like I have update/create your resume, and then I need to update that stuff on Indeed and LinkedIn and Handshake and
Uh-huh.
Don't forget to add your college graduate status.
that's why it's update.
I just wanted to brag on you again.
Hmm. The other thing
Maybe next week I will actually celebrate my graduation now.
the other thing that I did during that sprint was look at this thing that someone wrote up on seals. And it says, having now worked directly with wild seals, I need you all to know that they are some of the most bastardist creatures in the entire animal kingdom. We've all been so wrong. They look cute and fat, but they are so fast, and they have so many teeth, and they know how to scream, and they aren't afraid to do it. Don't get me wrong, I love them deeply. They're amazing animals, but we've been calling them stuff like sea puppers, when in fact they're more like if a cat weighed 300 kilos and had the intelligence of a toddler and the morals of a seagull.
So when we lived in California, we used to go down to Point Lobos to watch because you can see here up on the top of a cliff overlooking all the rocks where the sea lions are. And yes, I co-sign. Like they're really pretty to watch. They're amazing, majestic animals, and they are bitches. I do miss living in California because we don't get the stories anymore of sea lion decided no, this boat is mine, or sea lion decided no, we own the pier today, which were regular stories when I lived out there, and I rather enjoyed them because like there really was nothing you could do. They tried animal control; it just enraged the rest of the herd.
I like not just seal, but also walrus claims boat.
Walruses terrify me. I've seen the size that walruses actually are. They're much bigger. Like, no matter how big you think a walrus is, it's probably bigger.
Yeah, most of us could fit inside one.
Yes.
For a
Easily.
couple of us.
Yeah. For all you know, I'm streaming from within a walrus right now. It would explain my difficulty breathing and why I sound so muffled.
And why you sound like Justin Long.
I've been called much worse. I would just sit back and go, I loved Galaxy Quest. Thank you. Come on.
Oh, and I mentioned this to Kat before the stream. Oh, hello, kitty. Um, in the world of anti-trans fuckery, Yaz, who plays Al in Heartstoppers, got I won't say attacked. It was a lady yelling, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And then doing the, "I'm not transphobic. I have trans friends."
Ugh. Yes, that makes it all better.
Uh-huh.
It's just like nobody's racist who has at least one black friend. I mean, that's just how all this works. You're not putting your starfish on the string. I see what you're trying to do there.
No showing the poop loop.
You know the camera's on. Yes, you do. I saw you turn around and look at the screen first.
Me or you?
Oh, we have
This is
Coffee
Minerva.
Create Connect came in and Persephone. Hello, hello.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is Minerva. She's much more of a lap cat than either of her sisters.
I'm Minerva. Yes, hi.
Did you hear somebody call your name? Did you hear somebody call your name? No, there are not secret hands coming to pet you from over there. I'm sorry.
I wish.
That technology does not exist yet.
Chloe, turn it off and back on again.
Hello, Chloe. Oh, yes, and let me stop that screen and share this other one. In an alternate universe,
That is a strange alternate universe. I hope the actors are happy in real life, but that kind of hurts my brain a little bit. Just a little bit.
whistle
Well, that's
while
just
you
being rude.
whistle while you twerk. All right, I have an interesting issue with my story in that I can't figure out what to do next. So next sprint is going to be probably me walking around trying to make my brain actually think.
Well, when in doubt, you can always, and you're so going to hold this against me and use it for bad puns, but practice the sacred art of tweening, where you figure out what are the logical next steps between where you are and where you know you're going to go.
Yeah, I think the main issue is a conversation has been started and I don't have any idea what that conversation is going to be, and the problem is I don't care. I just want to move on.
They're going to talk about creamsicles. We know they're going to talk about creamsicles. It's fine.
No, the main character is coming home, talking to the foster mom, and needs to segue into getting driven to his friend's house by his foster brother.
Okay, just one second.
Just
Chloe,
write a note that this needs to happen and move on.
Mm,
Chloe, I've been having that problems with StreamYard lately. Maybe try a different browser. On my Windows machine, I cannot get StreamYard to work in Chrome to save my life. I have uninstalled and reinstalled Chrome several times. I have to use Firefox for it to work. It will not work on any other browser on my Windows machine. It and because it will not notice that I have a microphone.
hey, I love creamsicles. So yeah, we should probably do a sprint.
Yeah, I might actually be able to sprint this time.
And I sent you a Discord message, Charlie.
Mm-mm. Yes, sir. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
He's just a question. All right. We will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Beepity beep. Ooh, my throat was full of schmutz. We are done with sprint number 2. How do people do? What do people do? I got food because I was hungry. And I was hungry because someone in my neighborhood had the audacity to be grilling meat. Hmm?
Yeah.
The audacity.
I played around with the songification of an idea that I've got in my head, and it's not going well. I'm having that quite literal, like, bad sketch songwriting moment of, I wanted to it's got to feel like this, exact, you know, like, you know,
I don't know.
yeah. Neither does my hands, fingers, or brain. It's just, I kind of feel like I'm living that scene in Tenacious D where they're trying to write their first song. And Jables just keeps saying random words, hoping that it will actually inspire greatness. It's not. But I'm going to keep saying the random words in hopes that maybe one of them will land.
Some men are born gay. Some men achieve gayness. And some have gayness thrust into them.
Oh, you're going to make me want to talk about a thing that I really don't want to talk about online.
Okay.
Oh, let's just say one of my favorite people in Congress had a video leaked about them.
Is it Madison?
Yes. And the idea that he would think that that video would be made better by saying, oh no, that wasn't dirty. That was just my cousin.
No, that makes it worse.
That doesn't help.
And besides, he cute. And I, I don't really mind him liking guys. I kind of think that's hot. But
But oh my goodness, did he kick a hornet's nest that he was not ready for?
I imagine.
Because the moral of the story is he has no friends. Because from what I understand, all of the leaked video of him being felt up in the car and the dude coming on to him and him really, really liking it, and the most recent, quite literal naughty tape, um, as I understand it, they weren't actually on the like public side of the internet. The people that he thought were friends were like, "Oh, you want to take him down? Here, there you go. Have fun with that." And you have no friends, Madison. You have no friends. It's quite sad. Though I have enjoyed all of the Chihuahua memes that the most recent leaks inspired.
Chihuahua memes?
There are a lot of memes going around with a Chihuahua having its way with a Donald Trump plushie. And they're labeled Madison and Donnie. And I rather enjoy them. They're funny. They make me laugh. I just looked into the chat and saw, oh, Jay said thrust.
Yep. That poor Chihuahua.
That's kind of what I felt. That I was just like, the good thing is the Chihuahua doesn't know.
Yes.
Like at least there's that. Like there's no way to explain to a Chihuahua exactly what that plushie is, other than something that just needs to be debased, which is a Chihuahua's natural instinct anyway. So, because I remember our Chihuahua that we had, no stuffed animal was safe, no pillow was safe, no foot was safe. That Chihuahua had urges. So many, so often.
Yes. Ugh.
I cannot say whether or not this extrapolates out to all Chihuahuas, but from those who I know who have had Chihuahuas, I feel like it does.
My brain is wandering so hard. But
That's
it
what tie
was
downs are for.
hmm,
That's what tie downs are for.
tie downs.
Yes, you just lock yourself in one place and just make sure you do the work that's in front of you. No fun until then. Or at least if you're me and you're just a total jerk to yourself. Y'all's mileage may vary.
My brain was wandering during the game this afternoon. I could not focus. I barely said 2 words during that entire game. I was just like, what's going on?
I feel like my brain has been kneaded like a fine bread dough, and hopefully it will rise again and have a shape that is roughly brain like again.
I think mine will. I'm hoping it'll actually be tomorrow. I think I just overdid it today.
Oh no, Spence. And I read very different words than what you typed, and they were quite entertaining. I'm not going to say what they were either. Yeah, y'all can use your own twisted imaginations.
But yeah, I got food and I'm eating because I'm hungry. And then maybe next sprint, I can actually get some stuff done. But let me remember to take a melatonin. So I've been taking ZQL Pure Z's triple action with ashwagandha.
Yes.
Um, so the serving size is 2 gummies, and it didn't do anything for me. I cut it back to 1 gummy, so the half dose, and suddenly it's actually working.
Ashwagandha gives me the heart palpitations.
Mm,
My body thinks it's a full on stimulant. But then again, my body thinks most things are full on stimulants, so yeah.
but the weird thing it's doing, well, I mean, it's not weird because it's what melatonin is supposed to do, is it's flipping my sleep schedule, or not flipping it, sliding it. So I'm having trouble falling asleep when I usually fall asleep, but I'm sleeping later. So I'm having trouble falling asleep while it's light out and sleeping more into the darkness hours. It might actually turn me into a day person.
That would be interesting. Yeah, sl- Sleep and I have not been friends lately, and it's not because of it. Like for the first time in my life, is not my depression causing insomnia. It's been everything else in the universe going. Why do you think you can sleep now? We did not give you permission for this. Between the storms that have been moving through at night that have been very loud.
Daywalker!
Daywalker! I can't wait for the next Blade movie. I'm so excited.
Did they resurrect Wesley Snipes?
No, Marshala Ali is going to play Blade.
Okay.
And if you saw the Eternals, which I know that CB did not like, but I actually did like quite a bit, the voice that you hear off camera at the end talking to Kit Harington, that's Mashallah Ali's Blade.
Okay. Kit Harington was in the Eternals?
Yes, he is going to be playing the Black Knight in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But how can he? He knows nothing.
Oh, now I need Rose. Oh, control myself.
Yay!
Yay, that's a very good thing. This feels creepy. All
What
of
does
the
it?
animals have decided to start snoring at the same time, and they're very quiet. So I doubt the microphone is picking them up, but I can just hear just little slight all around me because there's literally one right in front of me, one to my left, one to my right, and one kind of behind me a little bit. So I'm literally surrounded by very, very soft snoring. And they're blending together into a very weird, like horror movie esque soundscape.
I am wondering if. Oh, wait, but tomorrow's Sunday and it's Amber's stream, so I shouldn't do that.
Yes, CB, we are. Eros does show up, I believe, in the end credits for Eternals. He does show up in Eternals. I think it's in the end credits scene where he just kind of barges in on them at the end and is just like, "So I hear my brother caused a little bit of a mess," and they do have me surrounded. It's very, very freaky.
What was I going to say? I lost it.
Okay, who found it? Give it back. That's not nice to take Jace's thoughts.
Oh, yeah, because tomorrow's Amber stream and it's a Sunday, so, everyone, their mother will be out. Literally. Um,
Literally.
I was thinking that maybe I need to separate myself from my computer system again in order to get some work done, because that's how I got an entire chapter written.
Oh.
Is I removed myself from the ability to look at Heartstopper content on YouTube and Twitter.
I mean, that is an option.
And suddenly, when I didn't have it on hand to basically feed my addiction, um, I got work done.
Funny that.
I know. But I love it so much.
You're
So
not
very
alone.
much.
I keep flipping back and forth between Heartstopper stuff and our Flag Bean stuff. And then a
Mhm.
new episode of Julia drops, and I'm just like, yes, show me more. This is the golden age of TV.
And I don't know if people realize it's so hardcore or how it's so hardcore. Sometimes when you're in a minority group, you need to shovel that content into your face at a
Mm-hmm.
rapid and insane pace just because your soul is so empty from it.
It's very, very true. I mean, I have watched more films from Wolf Productions than are healthy for a human being to watch, just because they were the only people consistently making queer content for many, many years.
Mhm.
Some of it was good. Not much, but some of it. But just to have something. Like, dear God, if I do one more Queer as Folk rewatch, Rusty Davies is going to show up at my house and be like, just give it up. Just stop. Just stop. We know it's you again. Just stop.
You have a problem.
There's other content now. Just stop. I'm like, yeah, but they made Queer Duck hard to find.
And there are like 5 more reactors dropping. Damn it. I'm never going to get anything done.
I mean, it's a good thing to sacrifice productivity too, at least.
Feeding my emotional void.
I mean, it could be how much time I've spent not watching Strange New Worlds. Because I know I'm going to be upset about it just because it's Star Trek that Paramount's making now. And it's not like I don't know that they can do these characters, because I think they did Ethan Peck did a very good job playing Spock in Discovery, and the gentleman Anson Mount, who is playing Christopher Pike, I think he did a really good job. It has like my transition life goals of Rebecca Romaine in it. So of course I want to watch it, but I know that they're going to find some way to mess it up because it's Paramount and it's what they do. Apparently, the only good Star Trek stuff I get anymore is Lower Decks because it's animation and they don't care. They're just letting them do whatever they want. They're not intervening for the brand. And thus, it's fun. It's entertaining. It's actually good. Everything else is just, why are you?
And it has Janeway.
And it, at least for my sake, though, they have turned Picard into pure fan fiction because they've split him off on an alternate timeline that he had to destroy for the plot to work out. So, like, they literally preemptively went, "Don't worry, this season really doesn't matter. Enjoy." I'm like, "Thank you for that." Can we get the previous season doesn't matter too? Like. I mean, thank you for just saying that we're just going to have like a thought exercise here.
Are you going to send them a get better card?
Okay, so
Are they sick? No. I just want them to get better.
I get that Brent Spiner is a great actor. I really like him. I've liked him in a lot of things. I remember when he first appeared on Night Court as that wonderful West Virginian and have loved him ever since. But not everyone in Sung's family line should look like Brent Spiner, because so far he's played Data, Lore, before. He's played Sung. He's played Sung's father, grandfather, and now great 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 grandfather, and Sung's son. Apparently, the genetics are strong in this family, or they're all freaking clones. I don't know which it is, because at this point in the continuity, I would believe anything. But it's not like I don't like him. It's just he's literally everyone in this family. Everyone. I'm surprised he didn't play his mother, to be quite honest.
So basically, what you're saying is it is Star Trek The Clumps?
Kinda. Brent Spiner plays everyone. And steals the show because he's a really good actor who's just like, wow, this is crap. I'm going to make it entertaining because to hell with them. And I appreciate that in an actor. I really appreciate that in an actor. But still, I don't need the time traveling adventures of Captain Picard so that we can just find more songs for Brent Spiner to play. Like, can we just drop it, please?
But you're a musician. You love playing songs.
I will get revenge later. I don't know what it will be. but
Hey,
the pun will be magnificent, and you will quake in terror from it.
you can get your revenge by reading my thing and tearing me a new one.
Ooh, savagery. How did you know my king?
Then you are an editor. Anyway, we should probably do a sprint.
Oh, dang. Prince. Yeah.
I mean, we've done 2, so this will be a 3rd one, which is like top tier for my streams.
You're not wrong.
All right, so we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I guess that sprint is over. Did people do anything? I sure didn't. Okay, your lips are moving, but no sound's coming through.
I need to.
I got the intro bit of the thing that I need to do for Secret Master Project #1.
Okay.
I don't want to announce anything until I have like a lot of ducks in a row. But I started working on a thing for a thing that will be the one thing to rule them all. I've been sitting in Mount Doom making it right.
That works. I surfed. Actually, I watched a YouTube video that was not Heartstopper. I watched a Marcus Veltri video, and I don't know if anyone here knows who he is, but he will do videos where he goes on Omegle and he'll play songs for people, and usually he'll have some extra gimmick to surprise them with. So in this video, he had a violinist who was off camera who would step into camera during the song he played on the piano and would start joining in. So suddenly the people on the other end had a concert, and it's just very wholesome and fun to watch.
That's cool.
So that is a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to wreck my YouTube recommendations, but it's nothing but angry rabbis yelling right now. Like all my recommendations. And it's just like, I don't know what I did to bring this on myself, but I'm sorry. I did
Don't
not
be
know there was.
sorry.
Yeah, I did not know there was an entire side of YouTube that's just angry rabbis yelling. Like I could have assumed, because there's probably a side of YouTube that's angry fill in the blank yelling of all stripes. But I did not. I did not know that this was a thing until it was just like, yeah, you just want angry rabbis, I guess. Here, don't remember asking for this, but thank you, YouTube. They've been very entertaining, which is a problem because I've actually watched a couple of them.
Have you seen the CW updates?
No.
They have just recently canceled both Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow,
Yes, I did know that.
I saw that.
which are their shows that actually have the best or any real um, people of color and queer content.
Okay, I do not like coming to the defense of corporations, but in the CW's defense right now, they are in the middle of the world's worst corporate restructuring.
Yes.
And I don't know how much of them will survive as a channel going forward. Because do you remember they're owned by Discovery Media now?
Right.
And Discovery is having a really big moment of what belongs on Discovery Plus, what's HBO Max, and what's CW. And they are particularly angry at all things DC Comics because that is a brand that has not really made money since like Tim Burton was involved. The Christopher Nolan movies did fine, but they also cost a lot more to make and to promote.
Yeah.
They're a lot better at like the animated shows than the live action of anything.
Mm-hmm. Um, no, a lot of people are blaming Discovery Media. They're not blaming CW.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Discovery. They're reshuffling their entire everything right now, and the only thing that I know for sure is that James Gunn is doing 2 DC related TV shows next year. That's like the only like confirmed thing because, well, with the hue and cries of the internet to cut Amber Heard out of the Aquaman sequel, that's kind of in a big question mark place. Flashpoint was supposed to come out soon, but oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
sweetie. No.
Ezra, you need therapy, please, sweetie. Get yourself some therapy. So yeah, they don't want to be bankrupted because they were essentially gifted all of Warner Brothers and all of Warner Media. So I mean, I feel their pain because that's there's a lot of not good there, but we will see what washes out in the end.
The one thing that, um, not an argument or a support thing that I was thinking, but more of a this is just how things tend to go, is that we're probably going to get another show pretty soon that's got really good representation.
Well, as far as the superhero stuff goes, they have made it their new CEO over at Warner Discovery has said that they want to consolidate all of the DC licenses, like Disney did with Marvel,
Hmm.
into a singular silo with top down leadership like we got from Kevin Feige over there. Somebody with a vision who understands all the moving parts of the industry of the machine. They
Hmm.
can maybe make it actually make money. So I don't know how many TV shows and or movies are going to continue going forward. I know they have a contract to do 2 more of the Batman in the bat in I don't know how to say something. Say that phrase. In the Batman series.
Oh, 'cause it's such an awkward sentence.
It is. It hurts. But given the fact that nobody cared about the first one and it made no money, that gets question marks on it. Because so far, the only thing that has been successful for them, and I understand why, and it's because it was better than it had any right to be, and that was Peacemaker, which is why James Gunn got a second TV series.
Mm.
He's writing and directing season 2 of Peacemaker, and he's doing another thing that we don't know what is.
Well, I will say that the CW DC shows did really well for a while.
They did an extended universe.
Yeah.
Hmm. But I will also admit very freely that uh, over a year ago, I stopped watching all of them in one go.
Same.
It was just too much, and I was just burnt out.
They kind of spread that one a little too much.
Hmm. In
From
order to keep
I
up, you have
think
to
that
watch
that is also
5
kind of what is happening to Marvel with some fans.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's gone on for so long that it's almost like it just needs to stop for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
well, Marvel is intentionally splitting its universe into 3 parts.
Oh, good.
So if you've been paying attention to the films and TV shows, we're basically going to get the dark, witchy, occult Marvel stuff spinning off into its own segment. We're going to be getting what they're calling the cosmic universe stuff, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Probably a big part of what Thor: Love and Thunder is going to set up. and all that that's going to be moving off in its own direction, and then the other superhero content, which will be getting a bit more close to home. I mean, we're getting my sweet sweet Miss Marvel, and that better be good. It looks so good. That better be good. Kamala Khan deserves nothing but the best. Um,
I was laughing because that title that you said, it sounded like a southern exclamation.
a little bit.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I'm already. I already have like my line in the sand, and I will probably watch several spoiler reviews because if they're doing the Jane Foster as Thor story from the comics, one, they're idiots. Two, if they didn't find a way to fix it, I probably won't watch that movie. Because this is not necessarily a spoiler for the movie, because I don't know what they're doing with the movie, but basically Jane gets magic cancer because she was around Thor too much. But whenever she holds Mjolnir, her magic cancer disappears and she is Thor. And then she puts down the hammer and it instantly goes back to dying. Because that's how healing powers work, apparently. And it's
Well,
stupid
based on
and I
what
hate
I
it.
saw in the trailer, she was already all thored up when the hammer got to her hand, so
Like literally her hair falls out because she's going through chemo. Like she picks up the hammer and her hair grows long and lustrous, and then she puts it down and she's bald from the chemo again. Like it's very poorly written and very just no, no, don't do that. I mean, if you found a way to fix it somehow, I mean, Taika figured out how to make Hitler funny. So I don't know. Maybe he can fix it. I don't know, but please don't do that. Because that's when I noped out of the comics because I couldn't like really it's magical healing until she puts it down. Okay, so how is our hero going to get the hammer back and kill the woman that he loves? No, I'm sorry. These are stakes that are stupid. These aren't stakes that are too high. They're just stakes that are dumb. Bye now. I'm done. Just I'm out. I just yeah.
yeah, he's got Stormbreaker. He's fine.
Yeah. Though I kind of want to find out that Jane is secretly dating Valkyrie.
That would be amazing.
Like that's kind of the twist that I'm wanting in there, and Thor having to like come to terms with. So, Jane Foster. Um, I see why you broke up with me. Good on you. I understand. Makes perfect sense. Good choice. You know, because just seeing uh, Chris make all of those faces because he plays flustered so well, and I kind of want that. I don't know what they're going to do for World War Hulk because they changed how Planet Thor happened. I mean, Planet Hulk happened in the MCU because they mixed it in with Thor Ragnarok and changed so much of it. So I don't know how they're going to do that. I think World War Hulk is probably going to be Thunderbolt Ross becoming the Red Hulk. And
Which, if that's what happened, I hope they already filmed it.
yeah. Or they'll do what Marvel always does and recast because they don't think anybody will notice. Because I mean that's Marvel's way.
I feel like that's something people would notice considering Marvel shared that news.
Yeah. But I don't know what they're gonna do because the reason for World War Hulk was he was mad because for Civil War they went whoever has Hulk will win, so they just drugged him, put him on a spaceship, and jettisoned him into space, and just yeeted him off the planet. And then
But
he
he
has
did that himself.
and then yeah, and then he has a side adventure, and that's Planet Hulk, and then he comes back to Earth for revenge, and that's World War Hulk in the comics. So they changed why he left the planet, and
Yeah, like he did it himself off.
he didn't meet his marvelous girlfriend in Ragnarok.
What if
He did not have a
they-
son.
What if they get like a flashback thing going on?
Holy crap! Sorry, Brian came in with donuts and chips and said dinner is served.
Ow.
That's better than pizza surprise.
That is better than pizza surprise. Especially considering
Don't be surprised.
they this late in the day and they still have some. Because you know there's lots of season.
I feel like that should be an ad for Twitter.
It really should be.
Maybe Facebook. I mean, those mom groups are special.
I saw it. I had to share it. I also
Oh.
shared it in Sage's
Excuse me.
Discord.
I'm sorry.
Not now. Mommy has to cyberbully.
Oh, Persephone, you're not wrong. Donuts and chips, the best din ever. Yeah. I do hope there's at least something a little bit more substantial into that, because all I've had is a bowl of cereal.
It's got spice, so this way you can
Oh.
course it.
It's barbecue chips, so they're spicy, and that will make you forget all about the lack of protein. Got it.
It's multiple courses. This is first course.
Wait. Okay, my brain just
jelly donuts.
created something. It connected the dots. Cereal is donut chips.
Cereal is kind of donut chips.
Cereal is donut chips. Something like lasagna or something,
Okay.
actually, and then the rest of that.
Just remember, if my brain can handle it, I have a play date today.
I figured.
So we will be hanging out in the Discord later. Where my poor broken mind, I'll explain later.
Okay.
We'll be trying to play. Oh God, what's the name of the game? Spence, what's the name of the game? I'm so broken right now.
Oh, I wanna know. What's
the game I play with Spence?
Oh yeah, Borderlands.
Borderlands 2.
Okay.
That's it.
Woohoo!
That's it. I'm in a great place. I'm fine.
Doing great.
There's nothing but ashes and regret. I'm fine.
Well, in Ann Arbor, we have
Brought that up.
Dunkin' Donuts and Tim Hortons.
Which let's support Tim Hortons because the anti-vaxxers are assholes.
Yes.
So go get you some Tim Hortons.
Some Tim's bits.
Yes, and
Can you
for
have a gayer donut product?
people who don't know,
I could work on that.
there's a
I need gay juice.
boycott Tim Hortons hashtag going around Twitter, and it's because Tim Hortons has the audacity to run a camp for kids and require vaccinations for those kids
Mind you,
in
those
order to
kids
come.
are like immunocompromised.
Yeah.
Some people need to be hit. Like, I don't encourage violence. Like, I'm not saying that what happened to either Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle was justified, but I mean, I don't know how we do a cranial reset without it.
I think in some of these cases, it's not violence; it's self-defense. They attacked first. I'm defending myself.
I mean, you heard about the pastor that got or is now serving jail time because he tried to run somebody over with their school bus because they were protesting outside the church with a sign that said, "Please wear masks." That's all it was.
No.
He had a sign that said, "Please wear a mask." The pastor tried to run the dude over with
He
a
definitely
school
needs to be
bus.
in prison. I'm glad he's in prison. The system has still some justice.
So in that case, it would have been self-defense.
I mean, in a lot of these cases, it's self-defense.
All we have here at the house are Jace's donut chips.
Oh, that needs to be a mock cereal box. I might have to work on that.
Jesus, donut chips.
So, if anybody has ideas for what the marshmallow pieces will be, please DM me.
They're gonna be hay bales, shaped marshmallow pieces. It'll be part of the Gods of Appalachia. It'll be a product in there
Oh, dude, we can totally do that.
because it'd be like banana chips and pretzels and like hay bale marshmallows.
The bananas.
So I know it's a big surprise because they only raised over $2 million, but Gods of Appalachia met its funding.
Only.
Yeah, they raised $2 million for this thing. I mean, Brandon Sanderson got $41 million because he was like, I want to publish a book and I don't know how to do that. And I'm just like, you're Brandon Sanderson.
Content, by the way.
Sorry, I'm trying not to go on a rant about Brandon Sanderson's Kickstarter. But anyway. Hey,
he backed like a ton of other Kickstarters.
He did because he was getting backlash for sucking up all of the money off of Kickstarter for his.
I mean, at that point, I'm like, oh my gosh, and get yourself some. Sorry.
He's already independently wealthy,
I know,
because and could have paid to self-publish his own damn stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you. We can do that when I'm not online.
We can have that fight offline.
Yes. But anywho, hopefully we will get a timetable soon for when we can start playtesting this game. And for anybody who wants to be a part of that, they do have a podcast which has 3 seasons in it that gives the early story to give an idea of the setting. And I also highly recommend watching Mountain Monsters because it's going to be incorporated into my game somehow. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yes, and just so hubby knows, and Kat tried to tell him, but there was lots of stuff going on. Yeah, do not put my name on any cereal that has banana in it, please and thank you.
Oh,
he's allergic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad to say as a chef that I'm bad at those things, but unless it's on a ticket in front of me, I'm bad at those things.
Hey, at least if you can do it while it's on a ticket in front of you, you're better than half the people Kat ordered from the other day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's almost like sending Kat a breakfast full of onions.
I've known Atwood for over a decade, and every now and then I still offer him coffee stuff. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I'm done. Cat and onions. I do cat and onions, but sometimes. Yeah.
That's easier in some ways because we have a friend who's allergic to onions, and we're used to making lunches for him.
Yeah.
Lunches and dinners for him.
But there was still that other dish that I was like, oh, Cat would love. No, wouldn't love this because it would kill her. Yeah, never mind.
Doesn't mean I wouldn't like it.
True. True.
We often have discussions of, and is that how you kill Cat?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah,
onions. Yeah, that's yeah.
So the good news is you factor into our thoughts a lot because he'll be looking at a recipe and be like, oh man, I need to make this for insert listing people, and you'll be on the list, and they're just like, do you hate her? Are you mad for some reason? Did she do something?
It's like, no, I just dumb.
Why? This is
Yeah.
basically onion everything. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn.
No, I ordered some food from IHOP to get delivered an hour later. By the way, I got my food like an hour and a half or something. I don't remember. You can look in Jace's Discord because I'm just like super sad. Like the whole day. But I finally get this food that I've been waiting forever for. Right? I barely open it and I immediately start to choke.
Oh. Oh.
And I then open it enough to clearly see there's enough onion in there touching everything.
Oh.
I was like, I can't eat any of this food I ordered. Thank you for trying to kill me.
It's like the beer.
They did refund my money, which I should get soon, like in the next couple days, because it takes
That's
like
good.
3 to 5 business days to get my money back.
Now, do they refund the deliveries too?
No. So this was not the driver's mistake.
Right.
The restaurant itself got the order and made the order. Somebody else had to come claim the order and bring it to me.
Right.
So that person was not at fault, and they drove like the however because they had to drive a bit. They got like a maybe $3-4 tip. He keeps good tip. They drove all the way out here, and I still got my orange juice. I'm looking on the bright side here. I got my orange juice. It's surprising they have good orange juice.
Oh, see, CB says try being allergic to orange, but not anaphylactically allergic to orange. That's how it is for me and bananas. And I bet you get the same bullshit that I get. Well, you're not actually allergic to blah blah blah. It's like,
What?
fuck you.
That's
Just
what's
because
up.
my throat doesn't close means I'm not allergic.
I'm allergic
That
to
would-
mosquito bites. I don't die when they sting me, when they bite me, but I get like 5-inch welts that bleed on me.
That
Hmm.
would be like telling most celiacs that that's not an allergy.
Yeah,
Because
it's bullshit.
it's rare for a celiac to have throat
Yeah.
seizure. Mostly it's
Yep.
all kinds of other stuff.
I had a boss, this was 20 years ago, but a boss say, I don't think we should have to rearrange lunch things just because you don't like bananas.
Oh. Oh.
And
That man deserves crayfish in his underwear.
well, he's also the same man that would send my best friend home crying on a daily basis.
Okay, lobsters. Lobsters in the underwear. Just like
Yeah.
full on
Crawfish are
angry.
feisty.
That's true. Crawfish are here.
Yeah. Those little bastards can make a pitch hard. Especially
Coconut
when you're-
crabs.
Yeah.
They'll just cut everything off
Yeah.
and eat it.
A nest of hungry birds.
Yeah, I do the same thing, CB. I just say I'm allergic to banana, and yeah, I don't give it any more explanation because, like you said, you get the bull dink response. The people who are just who think that there is one way everything can be, and that is it.
So when I start my angry, not really a rabbi, but whatever channel, I will definitely do an anti-banana rant just for fun.
Okay, Spence is correct. Celiac is actually, I believe, technically considered an autoimmune disease. It's not actually an allergy.
But it is still something that's taken seriously.
It's
yeah,
it's functionally.
Hmm.
it's basically an allergy. It's just most of the reaction you don't see out.
See, I don't mind something being labeled as something else, or technically this is this and not that, if it's still taken seriously. This is still a problem. It's just got a different name. That's fine.
No, I'm not going to tell that story.
We see this set up on your phone, a little app button that you can just hit and it'll play one song and turn the volume all the way up automatically when you hit the button. So when people do that, you can just hit it and it would be this stuff is bananas. I don't know if this show's allowed naughty words or not, but because they'll just start hearing this, you just hit it and stomp off.
See, you're making me have to invoke my personal code and reminding everybody that song is about Courtney Love. Because
Yes.
nobody knows that song is about Courtney Love, and I feel like I have to say it every time that song gets brought up.
That's the best thing is it's a clapback song, so you're clapping back at the nonsense that they've just presented, and it has the line for the simple-minded that just says, this stuff is bananas.
But so few people know that Courtney Love and Gwen Stefani had beef. And Gwen Stefani actually recorded.
Yeah.
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 And Gwen Stefani immortalized it in song.
Yeah.
A really catchy song.
Really catchy song.
Clapback song, yeah. And then you just click the heels, stomp off. Just probably stomp off without playing. There you go. Close scene.
Oh,
They never actually tested me for my onion allergy because I was like, yeah, my throat decided to close when I smelled it. And they're like, we're going to give you an EpiPen.
Yeah.
I was 20 feet away from the table.
That's some powerful.
No, and there
Mighty,
was
mighty
a
onions.
bowl of fresh cut onion. Well, it wasn't fresh cut because I'm pretty sure somebody cut it at home and then they brought this giant ass bowl of death to the reunion because we were having hot dogs and brats.
Oh my.
And my stepmom, because I just started, had to just physically be like, Frank, grab her to get me out of the wind path.
yes.
Bowl of death. That does sound like
Ironically, I was fine when I was up near it because the wind was pushing the smell towards the line of people.
Okay.
So, like, some of my family actually just started going, you know what, we're just gonna grab me from like two behind and just pull me forward. Like my family just like kind of pulled me up the line a little bit to make sure I avoided it. And then like we got me to my dad and he was like, okay, if there's anything near it that you want, I will get it for you. Because he didn't like want me reaching over around the bowl. He was like, hold your breath. It's like, that's terrible. Thanks.
The amount it's not taken seriously is surprising. I want a burger, no bun. Gets a burger on a bun. I can't eat this because of the bun. Gets the exact same burger, sans bun, 2 minutes later, and leaves without food. Yes. And people don't understand. Like, for me, I have the same issue. Well, I don't. My throat doesn't close, but I have the same issue you do, Kat, where it's airborne.
Mine's airborne,
Hmm.
touch,
Yeah,
and just it's
but
apparently very impressive because most people only have like one or two of those. I have them all.
but for me, it's if it's still in its peel, not opened, then it does. It's what's inside the peel that I'm allergic to. Um, unless it starts turning brown, then the inside goes out. Um, but people will, well, people have seen me walk into the room and they have a banana in their hand, and I will watch them hide it behind their back,
It's not how it
like
works.
that would protect me.
Oh my god.
That's not a kind of magic. That's not a
Not
kind of
for-
magic.
Oh yeah, even the slightest hint of orange smell, and bam, migraine. Yep. Oh, that restaurants. Yeah, I tend to avoid any restaurant that does dessert things because most restaurants that do dessert things can't help themselves with bananas.
So,
Safe with us.
right. What were we gonna say?
Banana? I ain't got banana. Hi, it's banana.
Oh, also avoid latex if you're allergic to bananas.
I actually turn red. Well, wherever it touches my skin turns red.
Yep, because bananas naturally produce latex. So if like
It's a common.
not
It's
everyone
yeah, it's
who
a
is
common
allergic to latex
comorbidity.
is allergic to bananas, and not everyone who is allergic to bananas is allergic to latex, but they're part of the same family actually.
One thing I don't know about And basically, the reason I don't know about it is because I refuse to test it, as if plantains do the same thing.
Yeah, don't test that.
I'm curious, but not curious enough to go through that.
I'm pretty sure they're just big bananas.
What if that's something you could
Banana
ask?
wearing latex double knot.
What if that's something you could ask a doctor? Because plantains are much more like a potato than they
That's what
are a
I've
banana.
heard.
But they still might have whatever the compound is that you're actually allergic to.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that line of, okay, but do I want to actually test this?
That just sounds like a question
That's
a
the
doctor
thing
might
that
be able to
confuses so
answer.
many people about me is because I can still have garlic.
And garlic is wonderful.
Garlic is amazing. I will cry if I eventually can't have garlic. But I can't eat cabbage,
Broccoli, cauliflower.
broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, because they're all high sulfur.
I'm so sorry, but I do have to ask. If you ever became allergic to garlic, does that mean you're no longer allowed to join the invasion of Denmark?
Don't break. You broke cat.
Well, I don't know what the ace rules are. I'm just waiting for this invasion because it's going to be a magical place once the aces take over Denmark.
I'm sorry. I really love garlic bread.
I know how important garlic bread is to your people.
It's their national symbol.
Oh my goodness! Have you seen all of the redone Danish flags that are all garlic bready? They're wonderful. They're so good. They're so good.
Your chat comes broken. Dial 1-800-GARLICS.
You know what's even better about that? Garlic's is 7 letters. Yeah, so it actually fits the pattern.
Now I want to try and call garlic. See what would come up.
It would be awesome if it was like a garlic hotline somewhere in Gilroy.
I would probably get yelled at by my parents because it would probably charge me something.
Do you know what actually existed?
And they pay my phone bill.
It's not food related, but it's hotline related. There is a Hall and Oates hotline.
Does it make your dreams come true?
It will play Hall and Oates music for you.
That was such a bad joke. I'm so sorry for saying it. I just
One of my coworkers back in the hospital was like, "That can't be a thing," and he tried it, and it was.
I will say that Ghost actually did set up an 800 number that you can call to get a daily message from the clergy. And it's free. It's actually free. I know this because I have not been yelled at for like making our phone bill like psychotically high. But the whole purpose of it was to, if you text the number and give them your zip code, they will text you when concerts are approaching. But you can also get a regular message from the clergy.
Everyone's found in China.
Got to introduce gender real sangria.
Sorry, I just saw something on Twitter and my brain broke.
Is it that somebody tricked poor Ozzy Osbourne into selling NFTs?
No. It's something about the Supreme Court thing. But we won't get into that.
I'm just going to say what I said on my stream the other day. They can take my marriage from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, It's a hot ass mess. Yeah, Supreme Court Justices Amy Coney Barrett and Alito's draft said the U.S. needs a domestic supply of infants to meet needs of parents seeking to adopt.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know who was the ones that said it, but Library Parish, your Courtney totally put a thing on Facebook about that. It's like, excuse you? Do you know how many children are in the foster care system that
Seriously.
need homes?
Okay, can I
They're
just point
not
out
infants?
the thing I have about adoption in the United States is most people want a pure child. In other words, a child that is young, an infant preferably. So any child that is over about a year and a half will be ignored by our system because
Mm-hmm.
we yeah.
I forgot who I was talking to, but it came up about about kids in general, and I don't like them before they're like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years old, they can actually take care of themselves and talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. I want little people in the house, not little leeches sucking the life out of my body. And I would prefer if I got the parenthood bug to foster children that were too old to get adopted, because those are the ones that are cool.
It's the problem that we have with babies, that babies have become a status symbol. So if you're going to have a child, you need to have a baby. And so suddenly bringing in an actual child, well, you missed the whole status symbol period. What is the point of you?
It's a long-term Machiavellian plan. We would get some grant funding, and other funding to start a foster school. That would be a foster home, but we would have multiple children. We could raise them in proper thinking and proper education.
It is illegal
And
for us to foster children in the state of Missouri because we're queer.
well, we'd have to go to a different state.
This pisses me off. And
We
my
can,
roommate is adopted, and I told her that, and it pisses her off so much. She was also a foster child.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents adopted her and her siblings when she was, I think, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It was finalized, and like it pisses her off so much,
Mm-hmm.
and it pisses me off so much.
Technically, it very rarely happens in our state, but you can technically, if you even had a biological child, like say you were bisexual and had a biological child, that child could technically be taken away from you. And this was what I was saying when Ogerfeld actually happened, that it confused people because we got married, so we won everything, right? No.
No.
There's a lot. There's a lot of other things too.
Also, maybe our country should address the formula shortage. Parents should not have to break down crying in aisles because they traveled like almost 100 miles to try and find formula, and they still can't feed their child.
Yep.
Wow. Didn't
I
know that was
actually
happening.
had a customer actually tell me that she's like, thankfully I have plenty of formula for my baby. So she was searching for formula for somebody in Tennessee
Wow.
because they don't have formula.
Yep.
I cannot tell you like how barren the shelves are with like some formulas. And some babies cannot have breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot have certain formulas. And some of those formulas are almost $100 a jar, this big.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Maybe
the
they could address that.
what's the shortage on it?
I believe it was the hiccups in the supply chain all added up because they were all in. We have gotten away from warehousing and have gotten to basically real time delivery. So as each bit on the chain ran out of supply, it just magnified further down the chain.
Well, that sucks.
And then there was also a massive recall
Yeah, on top of everything.
because they connected it across state lines. Several babies got extremely sick. I believe 1 or 2 died, and some almost died.
Yeah, we had the recall issue is huge. It's something that we dealt with on a constant, and I mean constant basis in the hospital. Like, we had someone whose literal job it was to track recalls on a daily basis and make sure that, you know, the hospital didn't have it, didn't have any of them. And this is like an entire classroom size whiteboard full of recalls. And so they had to make sure we didn't bring any in and figure out what we could do to work around not having, you know, X, Y, and Z drugs. And it was like, well, it was going on even after I was gone, but it started when the housing boom broke. The housing bubble broke.
Completely off topic, but my cousin just went zooming down the road riding on a rascal.
You might be a redneck.
Just zoom. It was just like, oh, it's insert cousin's name because I'm not going to say it online. And then I realized, wait, what's he riding? That's a weird motor. That's not a. Is that a moped? No, that's a. Oh,
That little rascal.
you got a rascal? Okay. Zoomy zoom zoom.
That little rascal, you riding rascal.
Yeah, I used to see that stuff all the time in my dad's house. Look at the door and be like, oh, look, so and so's going by. Oh, look, they got a new lawnmower
Yeah,
to ride to the store.
Pet food is also going through the shortages right now. Yes.
Yep.
Because we have cats, and my mom is constantly doing the where can I get the food for the cats dance online. She's pretty shifty when it comes to that shit. I don't know how she does it, but she's finding. I think she's like psychically reaching into warehouses and saying, "Oh, you've got one right there. Give that to me."
Right, Persephone. That is not what I expected to see when I looked out my window. I heard a sound. I saw his face. I was like, oh, oh, oh. You know, just like the full reaction.
You know, in this company, in the crowd that we have right now, you should probably put Scooter in that sentence. Just saying.
I intentionally didn't say Scooter because I thought he had a Vespa at first. And I was like, that bitch got a Vespa. He knows how bad I want one.
What was the sentence that I read though? It was a meme. It was I'm really sad that I'm not really a motorcycle, but not really a bicycle. He moped.
One of these days, I'm just going to steal my dad's side by side and just be like, this is mine now. You don't use it. That's what I will achieve my point.
That's about her grandma riding a
You're
rascal.
not supposed to say stuff like that, Spence. It gives him power.
But I'm evil.
This is how the darkness grows.
You know how they had those try not to get mad compilations on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, I would watch those and cackle because they were all hilarious. So apparently the pain and suffering of others is funny to me.
Yeah, to quote the Bender, tragedy. Now that's funny.
I blame donut chips. Yeah, I needed to not do the do any more sprints because I'm not. My brain doesn't work like that anymore tonight.
Like I said, my brain is a tub of ashes that will hopefully come on, Phoenix, rise again. Come on. There's supposed to be a spark in there, at least an ember. Why are the ashes getting cold? So cold.
So very cold. Well, I guess like I said, I'm not tired yet because my timing is being shifted. So I woke up 3 hours later, so it is like 2 hours. My body thinks it's 2 hours before bedtime now.
Nice.
So I don't know what's going to happen. But I want to do a wind down, try and get my body to think it's time to go to sleep.
So before we end the stream, before I forget to say something about it, we will not be having a stream on my channel this Thursday. Brian has a thing that we have to do at the restaurant that day, and I will be in class. So
That makes sense. First time I make cookies when I live in Ipsy. I'm not telling you now. Yeah, so we have sprints next week on the 14th, sprints the week after on the 21st, but on the 28th is karaoke. And the theme is villains. And anyone who wants to participate is free to participate. And any way you can mentally connect villains to the song of choice that you do is fine. So you can make those Republican leaps of logic that don't make any sense, and they're okay here.
and don't cheat just by picking a country song from a problematic artist. Cheating.
Hey,
Wait, would Jolene count as a villain song?
She's not problematic, but it is a villain song.
I already mentioned that to Sage though. So
Or if
Sage
you
might
do,
be doing Jolene.
or if you do Jolene, but it's gay, then it's a hero song. And if anybody's not looked that up, please, please do. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It has the Dolly seal of approval.
But yes, Jolene is 100% a villain song because Jolene is a villain.
Unless she's gay. It's the only time that you can be gay and not do a crime.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. Okay, I need to stop because I will sing it.
And there was much surprise.
Yeah, the thing in the back of the freezer in a Ziploc bag. So this story might make people gross out.
It's almost lunchtime, man. What you doing?
We had a neighbor that my mom took care of the children for, and it was the grandmother and grandfather taking care of the granddaughters, and they would put roadkill in the freezer. Not stuff that had splattered, but stuff that was still like intact,
Yeah.
and bring them out and thaw them so that the granddaughters could play with them like stuffed animals. At one point, he came to the house drunk off his rocker with a dead goose that the child came out of the house and started hugging and walking around with.
Where's Laura when you need her? Like, this is the start of one of Laura's like nightmare tales.
That is something that Americans do.
I was hoping you were gonna say that we're gonna eat it for food.
Nope, they're toys.
I've often said to foreign writers, if you need to figure out how to write Americans, just make it more cartoonish and awful.
That brings a new meaning to Duck Duck Goose.
Reminder to take lots of pictures tomorrow. They have so much prep tonight. That was the picture I got sent back.
Listen,
I replied, "That's some awfully funny looking."
Laura was here.
Well, now you have a.
Session. Because they're actually infusing mozzarella balls. It's for the cheese, for the charcuterie board.
Okay, hi. You freaked the dog out, Brian.
I did
I
freak
have
the
a
dog
dog
out.
all up in my face.
Well,
She's trying to defend me from you and your pictures.
yeah. I was letting her know she could have a sangria later on me. If she could have a sangria later on me, because she's got.
Like Homer Simpson, but more like Mr. Burns. And Charlie summoned the Laura.
Oh, if only I had that superpower. That would be amazing.
Although putting the in front of it makes it sound like it's almost like the Lorax.
She is, except for instead of saving the environment, she makes everything creepy, spooky, and amazing.
I am the Laura, and I speak for the fiends.
So
Yes.
It enhances the environment instead of saving it.
Correct.
Environmental enhancement.
So yes, Laura, you are welcome for that horrible redneck idea.
Oh, I missed a horrible redneck idea.
No. All of you, no. No.
Repeat.
No.
I'll tell you what, Chris is shopping list. He can't spell. That's so funny.
And thank you. We'll see you next week. Actually, we do need to end the stream. We will catch you later. Thank you all for coming. It's been a blast, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.